Hello and welcome to battle number 5 of week number 4 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League Season 2. This battle is going to pit Fingered Witch's team, which is Nightwishiwashi, versus Waterfront Woods, which is Sir Roland's team. As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon we have available in this battle are Mega Altaria and Mega Absol, respectively. Additionally, we have Electros with Z attack privilege, and we have Cobalion with Z attack privilege, respectively. In this battle, actually, we see Incineroar coming to kind of face the team he used to be on, which is really funny. Fingered Witch picked up Incineroar right after Sir Roland traded away Incineroar via a transaction, so it'll be interesting to see how Incineroar fares versus this team. It does have a pretty nice matchup versus Frostlass for one. Could also do some big damage to Absol and Cobalion if Cobalion's not careful. We also have that classic Fingered Witch team with Pokemon that could go either offensive or defensive, can go bulky, can try to go speedy. So there's a lot going on that side of the field. It's going to be really interesting to see how these sets are utilized. Are they going to be different from before? Are they going to be similar? On Sir Roland's side, we have some of the players we see often. We see Gardevoir, Staraptor, for example. Frostlass looking like it's going to be pretty decent in this matchup versus Mega Altaria and versus Nidoking potentially. Mega Absol will be interesting. Fingered Witch is not known for trying to set up hazards or use status moves, so Mega Absol for a Magic Bouncer isn't going to be as useful in this match as, for example, as a Sweeper. So this will also be something to take into consideration, but I think this will be an interesting one for sure, and I'm excited to see how it goes, so let's jump into it. I'm thinking a Scizor lead could actually be possible with the U-turn, maybe to catch that Mega Absol lead. On the other side, maybe Cobalion to set up some Stealth Rock. Maybe we'll see Mega Absol to try to bounce back some Stealth Rock. Or maybe we'll even see Frostlass start with some Spikes and Destiny Bond set. Really unpredictable to see who will start on either side, but I'm really curious to see who it is. And right now we are listening to Route 209 Night version, which is a very awesome music pick by Sir Roland, the #1 Gen 4 fan we have in the server. And this is one of his favorite tracks of all time in Pokemon, I think, so this is his music home field advantage. He has strayed a little bit from as Gen 4 team as he had before, but he still does have that Staraptor starting bird representation, and we start with Spaghetti the Scizor versus I Am Oppressed the Frostlass. Frostlass being oppressed due to its ice typing for sure. But Ice Ghost isn't that bad, especially for the niche that Frostlass likes to use, particularly Spikes setup, that nice lead. And indeed, we do see the Spikes. Knockoff is going to do some big damage. That Focus Sash is going to let it hang on, but it's going to hang on by a thread. Knockoff from Spaghetti the Scizor is now disabled. Frostlass actually might go for that Destiny Bond versus Scizor if it's not careful, but Scizor does have Bullet Punch, so if it goes for the Bullet Punch, that means that Frostlass will go down without getting the Destiny Bond. Spikes are set up on the field for Fingered Witch, so any Pokemon that isn't Electros or Mega Altaria is going to get its Sash taken away. U-turn is going to be the move that Scizor decides to use, and that's going to mean that both Pokemon go down due to the Destiny Bond, so it is an even 5-5 score. Scizor being lost in this matchup is going to be a tough one for Fingered Witch to take, because Mega Gardevoir now has the ability to go and fire off some strong moon blasts. Ironhead the Cobalion is going to come out versus Macaroni the Electros. This is going to be an interesting matchup for sure. Macaroni has a wide move pool. Flamethrower is one of those moves, so it's likely we could see a Flamethrower come out. Ironhead does have the ability to boost up and to hit with some powerful moves as well, though. It's all dependent on what these sets are for these Pokemon. And the Zen Headbutt is going to miss. Macaroni the Electros is going to fire itself up with that Z-Power and use Inferno Overdrive to take down Ironhead the Cobalion in one shot. The score is now 5-4. That Zen Headbutt is notorious for missing quite a bit, as Noob Scrub, of all people, can probably attest. Zen Headbutt, more like Zen Missbutt. The next Pokemon is going to be a tough one for Sir Roland to pick because everything on his team can get hit pretty hard by Macaroni the Electros. Macaroni the Electros is going to be very useful, I think, for Fingered Witch. Looks like Sir Roland is contemplating which Pokemon to come out versus Macaroni. It does have reasonable bulk, and it could take on Staraptor and Volcanion, so I do think we'll probably get either Gardevoir or Mega Absol. I do believe that Electros actually has access to Sludge Wave. I'd have to double check. Or Sludge Bomb. So Gardevoir is in danger if it does have that on its moveset. Mega Absol will be able to hit hard versus Macaroni, but Macaroni is going to hit extremely hard back, especially if it has a U-turn. Decisions. Everyone in chat talking about Zen Headbutt and its famous 90%, aka 0% miss chance. It looks like Water with no Ice. The Staraptor is actually going to come in, which is interesting considering Electros can fire off a very strong electric move to take it down. Oh, and actually U-turn is going to allow Staraptor to pivot out into something that can take the Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, or Discharge, or whatever move we're going to use. Scared of Bugs, the Mega Absol comes out. A Volt Switch is going to do big damage, especially in its base form. Pretty frail. And now we will see the next Pokemon come in. I think it could probably be Altaria, especially because it'll be safe to Mega Evolve and hit hard. It's Rotini, actually, the Diancie, which is also another good choice, having a Fairy typing. Scared of Bugs, the Mega Absol has a little bit more than Bugs to be scared about, and Oxymoron, the Volcanion's going to come in to take that Moonblast. It does a measly 15%. Oxymoron is looking like a pretty good Pokemon for Sir Roland right now, being able to fire off a strong water move, hitting Diancie hard, as well as Incineroar and Nidoking, so it hits a lot of Fingered Witch's Pokemon pretty hard. Electros is actually going to be the one to come in to take that Steam Eruption. It's going to do 73%, pretty massive damage, versus Electros, who's pretty bulky. Rotini, the Mega Altaria, is going to come out. The score is now 4-4. Losing Electros was pretty tough on Fingered Witch due to the fact that Staraptor now has a lot more free reign. And an Earthquake from Rotini is going to do big damage. Sludge Bomb also going to do big damage, but Rotini goes first, so if it pulls off one more Earthquake, it will be able to take down Oxymoron. This could be a time for Sir Roland to switch in Staraptor to the Earthquake, and then Staraptor will be able to take down Rotini. Indeed, Staraptor does come out, taking that Earthquake, a nice prediction there. Staraptor is faster than Rotini, so it will be able to hit very hard. Will Fingered Witch switch out Mega Altaria for later to come in on the Volcanion, or risk Rotini staying in to Staraptor? Diancie's actually the one to come in, a nice switch in by Fingered Witch. Close combat's going to do some decent damage, 29%, but now Water with no Ice is going to be harmed, and a Power Gem will hurt it, and any switch-in that comes in, including Volcanion. The Power Gem is going to take out Oxymoron, the Volcanion. Score is now 4-3. Gardevoir is still that Pokemon that is pretty unpredictable at this point. I think Incineroar does have a good chance of taking down Gardevoir if it can hit, but Gardevoir is still a Pokemon to be very careful of, especially for Fingered Witch's team, being able to do a lot of big damage. But there isn't really a Pokemon at this point who seems to be able to take on Rotini. Volcanion was the Pokemon, but being taken out by that Power Gem meant it went down. So it looks like Rotini is poised to be able to live one more hit and fire off another powerful hit. Let's see which is the Pokemon to come in to take that hit from Rotini and try to take it down. Wait, are all these Pokemon on Fingered Witch's team named after spaghetti? Rotini with 2 T's, spaghetti, macaroni. Yeah, these are all spaghetti variants. That took me quite a bit to realize. I feel like I should have realized that sooner. Very fun, festive naming decisions by Fingered Witch, making me want some spaghetti right now. I'm actually really hungry. I'm gonna definitely eat big dinner after this one. Looks like Sir Roland is still picking who comes in versus Rotini. Score is 4-3, still somewhat even though there's a slight lead for Fingered Witch. There are some Pokemon on their team that are damaged. Sir Roland does have a couple. No, I think actually only Mega Absol is damaged at this point. Pretty explosive match. We're only in turn 10, and a total of 5 Pokemon have already gone down so far. I think Staraptor is probably a sure pick to not come out versus Rotini, considering how little close combat did. I think we might see the Gardevoir come out, especially because Mega Absol's not going to want to go down. It could be a decent check for Nidoking if it runs away with it. Nidoking is decently fast. I actually think Gardevoir and Nidoking might speed tie. Let's see. No, Nidoking I think is actually a little faster than Gardevoir. and Gardevoir is actually the one to come out. Indeed, Nidoking is faster, has base 85 speed versus Gardevoir's 80 speed, so Nidoking might be able to outspeed and take out Azura the Gardevoir if it's not Choice Scarfed, or if the speed investment is off on either of the Pokemon, but max speed will definitely be able to take it out. Azura is going to have to think long and hard about this next move. Rotini is poised to do some big damage to Azura, but if Azura is Choice Scarfed and goes for a Moonblast, well, actually it doesn't want to be Choice Scarfed versus the team because Moonblast won't do enough for Incineroar, Psychic won't hit Incineroar, so Incineroar is actually a Pokemon that will give Azura a little trouble. And Nidoking actually comes in if Psychic is the move used. Oh, Psychic isn't the move used, so Nidoking comes in safely. Lasagna the Nidoking, ready to use a strong poison move. Water with no ice, the Staraptor comes in, taking that Sludge Wave. It's going to do 100%. That Gardevoir might actually be Choice Scarfed. Probably did not want to stay locked into that Moonblast. The score is now 4-2. If Gardevoir comes in again and uses Psychic, that could be good for Gardevoir, but Incineroar will then be able to come in for free due to the fact that it's immune to Psychic. And indeed, Gardevoir comes out. Sheer Force is actually the ability that it traces, which is good for Azura the Gardevoir. And Psychic is the move used, so this is likely a Choice Scarf Gardevoir. Altaria is going to come out. And Psychic hits Rotini the Altaria as well, taking it down. At this point... Oh, interesting. So we see Rotini come out. I was expecting Incineroar, to be honest. Rotini does have good bulk, so it will be able to do a decent chunk to Azura, the Gardevoir. But with Sheer Force and that strong Psychic, it might be able to take it down. Does not take it down. Power Gem is going to take it to 43%. And Rotini goes down to Psychic as well. Last Pokemon on Fingered Witch's team is Tortellini the Incineroar. Intimidate's going to bring down Gardevoir's attack, but Gardevoir doesn't really care about that. If it's choice, it's going to have to leave. Gardevoir will actually be really good versus Incineroar later if it switches out, because it could trace Intimidate and then Intimidate Tortellini. Mega Absol could be the one to come in, especially if Azura is Choice Scarf, which it does look like it. Azura is not going to want to stick around and go for the Psychic versus Tortellini, who is a Dark type. The big question now is what move to use on the Absol switch-in, if that is the Pokemon to come out. Any move will do big damage to Absol, which will probably actually take it down, due to the fact that it is harmed pretty harshly. It's harmed a lot. It's taken a lot of damage. 38%. There we go. So Absol is the one to come out. Darkest Lariat is going to do enough to take it down, even though it's resisted. And Azura comes out, intimidates Tortellini. It's a 1v1 down to the last Pokemon on either side. A Moonblast. I don't think a Moonblast will be enough to take it down, but with Tortellini having that Intimidate on it, I don't know if it will be able to take down Azura as well. Darkest Lariat actually ignores all stat changes, but I'm not sure I think on the opponent, but I'm not sure if it ignores stat changes on the Pokemon that uses it. Yeah, just to the target, not to the user. This is the moment of truth. What move will Azura use? What move will Tortellini use? Can they take each other down? Incineroar is reasonably bulky on the special side. Azura is going to be a little bulkier now on the defensive side thanks to that Intimidate. Is 57% enough to survive a hit from Tortellini? The last move Azura uses in this match will be the one it's locked into, and it looks like it's Moonblast. Does 49%, Darkest Lariat's going to do 38%, and it looks like a Moonblast will actually be enough to take down Tortellini if it hits one more time. And Moonblast is used, able to take down Incineroar. Azura wins the match. It's a 1-0 victory for Sir Roland's team. Waterfront Woods, a very, very, very slight victory. Super close. Looks like Gardevoir was actually very useful for him in this match. So that was really intense. Very good game between both of these two players, really putting their all into this. And that was match 5 of week 4. So tune in for some more matches coming up. We still have 3 more to go. Until then, this is Noel from Sun and Friendly. I'll see you then.